The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This is the game of all time. No doubt about it, any gamer on this earth knows the name Skyrim. Known wildly for its incredible open world gameplay and being completely player driven, Skyrim has now become a household name. But as time has passed, Skyrim's now considered as an old game, and that begs the question, does Skyrim still hold up today?
We lost everything! We had to pay the price!
First of all, we need to talk about some of the bad things about Skyrim to truly love the good things. One of the biggest issues I and many others have about Skyrim and most Elder Scrolls games is the final boss fights. Over time, Alduin is a boss that's built up through hours of gameplay, all for the boss fight to end like this. Thing is, one of the best things about this game is also part of its downfall. In a game as open as Skyrim, some players may hate side quests, while others may love them in 100% the game. This makes designing boss fights incredibly difficult, as there are some players with some simple default weapons, and others with the most insane, skippity toilet Ohio Rizzler weapons possible. And look, a Gen Z bingo. Now, some games are able to combat this, the most notable being Valve's Left 4 Dead 2 with the director component, but that's for another video. This inevitably leads to the final boss being either easily killable and no challenge at all, or insanely difficult. Quite frankly, Bethesda underestimated their own items. Now, onto the good things. Like I mentioned earlier, Skyrim is incredibly open world. You can do so many things in this game. You can literally adopt up to 2 kids. There are so many things you could do in this game. Become a vampire, werewolf, stormcloak rebel, thief, stripper. There are so many options. Obviously, some players may find this overwhelming, but the freedom in this game is uncanny. You can kill anyone. For players with a thirst for blood, you may want to kill all the kids in a local orphanage, or give Delphine what she deserves after hours of bossing you around. So much of this game is tailored to what the player wants, so many story branches, so many options that fit into the story so well. Also, Serana. The mods taught us enough to say that some players started frothing at their mouths the second they found out that this emo vampire goth girl became a companion, and then Bethesda trolled everyone by making her one of the few you can't marry. But like I said, the mods took care of that one. Now, let's talk about graphics. And in my opinion, the graphics in this game is... Who in their right minds cares about graphics in a game? If anyone I meet judges a game purely on the fact that you don't need a NASA supercomputer to run the bloody thing, I would imagine they probably have a few screws loose. Sure, the graphics can be literal textures that the devs forgot to table specular tint on, but at the time that this came out, having crazy graphics in a gigantic open world game like this would have you running on Switch frames. The sheer amount of freedom that Skyrim gives the player and the depth of the world and characters is what separates this game from just a Baldur's Gate 3 without animal sex, despite what my review on Steam says. Anyway, I need to go. The police finally found me, and I'm not talking about the hit band. Oh no, they're here.